welcome to Gapey's Garden. Today we're going to be starting some rare South American pepper seeds. And these came from Chris Fowler from Welsh Dragon Chilies in the UK. And there's not very many people you can find these for sale from. So they're very rare varieties. And you can see these are actually not the seeds. So these tiny little guys are the actual peppers. So it's a very, very small pepper variety. And there's 3 of them. So we've got one from Peru, and that one's called Tovarii. And then we've got a Brazilian one called Flexuosum, and Cardenasii from Bolivia. So from what I've read, these are really difficult to germinate, and they could take a very long time. So we're going to give these a try. I'm starting them early January, so hopefully they have enough time to germinate, and I'll show you the process here on how I do it. The first thing we need to do is get these seeds out of the pods. So I have no idea how many seeds are going to be in these or how hard they are going to get out. But I created this little sheet here so that we can keep them all straight. So we're going to start with the Cardenasii. I think those are probably the second to smallest ones. So let's give it a try here. So I'm just gonna smash it with my thumb. So it's actually not super dry. It's a little bit flexible still. I don't know if you can see that. We've actually got quite a few seeds in here. I'm kind of surprised how many there are. So we've got one there, and there's a couple more here. One there. So we've got 4 seeds out of one little pod. So I think I'm just going to go with 1 pod for now. So if we don't have any luck, we'll try germinating these a different way. But I'm going to go ahead and get these other guys out. So we've got Tovarii. So these ones actually still have the stems on. I know some of these wild types, they come off the stems pretty easily. So that's probably the case with these 2. But the Tovarii doesn't seem to be that easy to get off. Alright, so let's try and smash that. And we're not smashing too hard because we don't want to crush the seeds. We just want to break the pod open here. Let's see. There's one. So the seeds are actually a little dark. I'm not sure if that's how they're supposed to be. And I think on these types, the fresher the seeds, the better chance you have of getting them to germinate. So I think we've only got 3 seeds out of that one. Yep, we just got 3 seeds out of that pod. So we'll go ahead and just stick with that. And then the Flexuosum from Brazil. These are the largest pods, so I don't know if we'll see more seeds in those or not. Again, we'll just smash it with our thumb. They're kind of like almost like raisins. So this one didn't come apart very easily, so we're just going to try and open it with our fingernails. Okay, so these ones actually have black seeds. So that's similar to the rocoto pepper that I grew last year. We got 1 seed there. These ones are a little harder to get out of the pod. Got another one there. Looks like we might get 4 out of here. I hope these aren't too hot because I'm not using gloves to get these out. Oh, we might have 5 seeds in this one. There's 3. 4. And we got number 5 here. So we got 5 seeds out of that pod. So that should be perfect for our first try at getting these to germinate. Alright, now I'll go ahead and get our seed starting mix. So my favorite seed starting mix is Jiffy, and I'm going to go ahead and start these in this seed starting mix rather than doing what I usually like to do with peppers, which is the paper towel method. But I didn't have a good luck with that method when I did the ricotos last year, which is another hard to germinate pepper seed. So I did have better luck using just Jiffy seed starting mix. So that's what we're going to go with here, and we'll see how that goes. And so I just filled up this little bucket with some seed starting mix, and now we need to get it a little bit wet. So we don't want to put too much water in there, just enough to get it a little bit moist. And then we're just gonna mix it up here. So we don't want it dripping wet, because then it might get moldy and the seeds may rot. So this looks just perfect. So it should just come together when you squeeze it, and there shouldn't be any water that comes out when you squeeze it. So now I'm going to be filling up this seed starting tray. So this is one that I found. I think I found it locally at a plant swap or something. I didn't actually buy these, but I really like this 3-cell for small germinations like this. So since there's 3 cells and I have 3 pepper seeds, I thought it would be perfect to use for this. But if I find these available somewhere, I'll see if I can find it and put a link. But you can use a 4-pack or a 6-pack or pretty much any seed starting tray. All right, so that should be good, and we just want to pat it down just a little bit. We don't want to push it too hard. All right, and we've got our labels here for each one. Now we're going to go ahead and get these guys in. So we're going to start with the Cardenasii. Put the label right here. So I'm not going to plant these too deep. So we've got 4 seeds of that, so I'm just going to kind of make a little hole, 4 little holes in that seed cell, and we'll just put 1 seed in each hole. And then just lightly push it down. And I'm just pushing it down maybe 1/4 of an inch or so. And then we'll just go ahead and cover that with the seed starting mix. Okay. And then we'll do Tovarii next. And we've got only 3 seeds of that one. And then lastly we have the Flexuosum. And actually we've got 5 of those. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get these on a heat mat because it's fairly cold in my house. And then we're going to cover this up with some plastic wrap to keep the moisture inside. And we'll see how long it takes for these guys to germinate. Okay, we're upstairs in the grow room and we've got our heat mat here. And we're going to set this to, I'm going to go with 78, I think. And we'll see how that does. 78 set. All right, and then we've got our seeds that we started here. Oh, I don't think they're quite wet enough, so I'm going to just spray the tops with some water. I forgot to mention the containers that you use, make sure they're clean, so wash them out really good. I soaked mine in some bleach water for about 15 minutes just to sterilize it. Alright, so I think we should be good there. And then we're going to go ahead and top that with our saran wrap. I've got some saran wrap here. And this just will hold the moisture in so it doesn't dry out. And we'll want to check these every few days or so just to see if we have any germination going on, because this plastic is pretty close to the soil, so if they start to germinate, it's going to get stuck and won't be able to come out all the way. And as soon as we see these germinate, we're going to want to get these under lights as quick as possible. Also, we need to get this probe for the thermostat in here. So I'm going to put this in the middle one and just push it on down and close that up. All right, and we should be good. And also another thing I like to do, we don't need any light for it to germinate, so what I like to do is cover it with either a blanket, or since we just have one cell, I'm just going to use this pillowcase, this flannel pillowcase, and then that should help keep it nice and warm. So we'll check back in a few days and see how she's doing. It's been 11 days and I got the tray moved over here to my wire shelves, and I've got my T8 light set up. This is just a regular shop light you can get at any hardware store. I like to do my seedlings under these. They seem to do really well, and then once they get big enough I'll move them over to LED lights. But we've got a little bit of seeds coming out here on the Flexuosum. See that little guy there? So I'm going to go ahead, it's still pretty tiny, it's just barely poking out, so I'm going to go ahead and, it's in the evening right now, so I'm going to wait and turn the lights on. Tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning or afternoon, we'll check on it. It's been 5 days since I put these under the lights, and you could see some more of them started germinating. So that one was the first one to germinate, and it was, if you noticed, it was kind of fuzzy. So that fuzzy part was actually the root, so I think it got a little too high for some reason. But these other two that you see here that came up, there was no fuzzy part of it that came out. And there was another one that came up back here, but it snapped its neck on the way out, so I went ahead and pulled that one out because it wasn't gonna make it. And then I just noticed we've got another teeny tiny one coming up right here, so that makes all 5 of the seeds that I started germinated. So that is a pretty good success rate. Nothing has come up yet on the Tovarii or the Cardenasii. And I've also got some ricotos back here that I started a few days ago, and nothing is up on those yet either, but we'll keep an eye on those. It's been 21 days since we got these seeds started, and you can see the Flexuosum is doing really well. We've got 4 seedlings up. There was 5, but one of them broke, so we're down to 4, which is 100% germination there. So they're looking really good. We've got, actually, you can see there's some primary leaves starting to come out there on a couple of them. And then the Tovarii, we've actually got, I just noticed today, you can see that little green speck there. We have germination. So that's one of the Tovaries coming up. That's probably the longest I've ever had a seed take to germinate. But these rare wild types take a long time. Now on the Cardenasii, I'm not seeing any germination yet. That one may take a little bit longer. We'll have to monitor that and see if we can get some to come up. But I've got these under some shop lights here, and I think I'm actually using the LED tubes in this particular one. And I got those from Costco. Let me see where the box is. So we've got this box here. It's actually a 4,000 Kelvin. That's the light temperature of that one. Normally, before I got that, I usually use this fluorescent tubes, and the fluorescent tubes are 6,500 Kelvin. So it's a little bit of a difference there. It doesn't seem to affect the plants too much, but I did just start using the LED tubes last year, so I haven't really tested them out that much. So we'll see how they do this year under the LED lights. But so far, so good. So we'll wait another week or two and see if we can get the Cardenasii to come up here, and if not, we may just have to do without that one. So I do have a timer set for the lights. I have a power strip here with the timer on it. It's a little bit dark, but I've got it set to come on for 16 hours a day. And it seems to be working out pretty well. That's usually about the number of hours that I set for most things that I grow. And I've got the shop light attached to it's like a pulley system here. So it's really easy to raise and lower the light, and I don't have to worry about chains and stuff like that. So I usually keep the light pretty close to the seedlings. Let me lower it here and I'll show you how close I usually get. So that's about how close. It's like It's probably a couple inches from the seedlings, and that will keep them nice and strong, and they won't get too tall and leggy. So if you raise it too high or just put it in the window light, they'll probably get really tall and leggy and just flop over. So this is the way that I like to do my seedlings. All right, it's been 27 days since we started our seeds, and look what we have here. The Cardenasii has finally come up on day 27. We've only got one that's come out up on there so far, and then for the Tovarii, we've got 2 of those guys up, and the Flexuosum we have 4. And you can see the Flexuosums are already starting to get some primary leaves on all 4 of those seedlings. So we're going to need to get those transferred into some larger containers here, maybe in the next week or so. We don't want the roots to get too big because it'll be hard to separate, and they might not like the transplanting. This is all I wanted to show you guys in this video, is just to the point of germination, to give you an idea of how long these types of peppers could take to germinate. And I hope you give growing these wild rare varieties a try. They're a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how the fruits are on these. So I'll be posting another update on these later on to let you know how things are going. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.